So yesterday I was at the G-Tech Stadium to watch Brentford versus Frankfurt. My friend Philip was over visiting from Germany, and he travelled all that way to watch his team lose 7-0. Sorry, Philip. But we still had a great day out. And while we were there, we were talking about Villa. We were talking about Emi Martinez. He was saying, oh, isn't Emi Martinez meant to be leaving? Didn't he want to go to Man United last summer? I was saying, yeah, we've kind of moved on from that now. We've lost a lot of big, important players this summer, and I think Martinez is going to stay and be part of the bedrock of the Emery team, of the Emery way. So I don't really see him leaving this summer, and I'm quite happy about that. And then a few minutes later, I got a WhatsApp from someone that says, Aston Villa are trying to buy the Japanese international goalkeeper Zion Suzuki for 30 million euros. That's a very expensive Marco Bizot replacement. Now, I don't know which way round this is happening. Have Juventus come back in for Emi Martinez? So a few weeks ago, before the World Cup, it looked like Martinez was going to Juventus, but word was that they were lowballing. And in the end, Villa were like, ugh, we're not interested in this. And Damien Vidagani and Unai Emery and the club seem to be saying Martinez is staying. Suzuki, Zion Suzuki, what a cool name, is a highly rated goalkeeper, and he was meant to be going to PSG, even though PSG have got 2 other goalkeepers. Now, either that move collapsed because Villa came in for him, apparently, according to John Townley, he wants to go to Villa, or did Juventus come in for Emi Martinez again with a decent offer? Has Emi Martinez suddenly said, actually, I want to leave, and then we've gone for Suzuki? Did the Suzuki transfer collapse because he's not going to get first team football? And then that alerted Villa, who thought, actually, maybe we will accept a lower offer from Juventus. It's very chicken and egg, isn't it? We don't know which way round all of this has happened. But the way it's coming out is that Emi Martinez is going to leave, I think, to Juventus, and Zion Suzuki is going to be our new goalkeeper. Now, in isolation, I think that's great. Martinez has been a great servant to Villa. He's just won the Europa League. He can ride off into the sunset, and we can get this exciting young new goalkeeper. Sounds fantastic. But that's only in isolation. In the wider context, Villa have lost Yuri Tielemans, Morgan Rogers, Luca Dean. Anyone else? I mean, we could still lose Ezri Konsa and Ollie Watkins. And when Villa won the Europa League in Istanbul, my view was that, yeah, I think some of these players will go. I thought maybe Martinez would go. I thought Tyrone Mings would go. Obviously, people like Douglas Luiz, Leon Bailey. But I don't think any of us expected Yuri Tielemans and Morgan Rogers and Emi Martinez and Digne and Konsa and Watkins. I think that's got a lot of people spooked, including me. I think Martinez going is one thing. If then Konsa or Watkins went, I would be very spooked. But the person that doesn't seem spooked is Unai Emery. He seems very happy. He seems very chilled about the whole enterprise. Maybe he thinks, well, if we're going to do it, we might as well do it in one fell swoop. I'm going to change everything anyway. You know, when new managers come in and it's harder to train the old staff than it is to train new staff. Maybe Emery's got a new plan and he thinks, well, we're going to change what we're doing anyway. Might as well do it with new players. Also, it reduces our wages. We're almost out of the UEFA SCR sanctions, I think. Martinez was on a wedge. And also, it reduces the squad age, which is something that we really need. But it's a big change, and it's a big loss of experience. I think that's what it is. Over the past few years, the team grew together, but they also grew in Europe together and developed this kind of European nous from the Conference League to the Champions League to the Europa League. We grew to become this kind of savvy European team, and a lot of the players that were part of that are moving on, including Martinez. So there are definitely reasons to be spooked, but just like everything in this window, there's also reasons to be excited. It continues the summer of, oh, that's exciting and scary. What does my daughter call it? Worry-sighted. I'm worry-sighted. That's what she says. And I think that's what I am. I'm a bit worry-sighted. Like, oh, that looked cool. Great, new goalkeeper. Oof. I think because we know the Premier League is relentless and brutal and unforgiving, as we found out at the start of last season. If you're not really on it from the very first game, it can get you. And it's not like we're in the Europa League, which is, you know, a medium level. We're in the Champions League now, and we need to be on it on a Wednesday, and we need to be on it on a Sunday at 2 o'clock or whatever. So it is a worry. So what of Emi Martinez? Well, he leaves as an Aston Villa legend. There's no doubt about it. Our best goalkeeper. How far are we going back? Great Villa goalkeepers. Brad Friedel. Then you're going back to Mark Bosnich, my childhood hero. And then before that, it's Spink. And of course, Jimmy Rimmer, who we lost this week. R.I.P. I think Martinez is up there with all of those goalkeepers. He's certainly above Bosnich and Friedel. I think it's difficult to surpass the achievements of Rimmer and Spink. But what I think Martinez has done that Bosnich did is that I've never seen so many kids around Villa Park wearing goalkeeper shirts. He kind of made being a goalie cool again, which is what Mark Bosnich did. And he brought his personality, he brought his experience, he brought his nous. And I'm sure when he leaves, there will be a highlight reel of his greatest saves in a Villa shirt. And there are plenty of them. And his greatest games. Two that spring to mind are the win over Bayern Munich. At least 2 or 3 brilliant saves in that game. And I remember at full time him pounding the turf. That's a great memory of Martinez. An incredible save against Nottingham Forest at the City Ground where he clawed it back over the line. That was one of those saves where everybody went, whoa. I've never seen a save like that before. And of course, Villa's charge to the Champions League last season. We actually qualified twice for the Champions League. But the league charge to the Champions League, that game against Sunderland where Villa were comfortable going into the last 10 minutes and then suddenly, bam, Sunderland score. And then Sunderland could have won the game, but for an Emi Martinez scoop save. And then Villa went down the other end and Tammy Abraham got the winner. And that, in my mind, is the game that got us Champions League football. If Villa hadn't have got that win, if Martinez hadn't have got that save, all of the momentum that Villa had been building would have been destroyed. And I think that's what a great goalkeeper can do for you. In the Super Cup, people were saying, oh, could Bizot have done better with the goals? I don't think so. I don't think he made a mistake for the Kvaratskhelia goal. He hit it really early. He hit it really hard. He's a great player. Maybe the Doué goal he could have done better. But I think we're misunderstanding, could he have done better? No, I think he didn't make a mistake, but a better goalkeeper could have done better. Bizot is an amazing number 2. If you think back to the days of Robin Olsen, Bizot has been absolutely fantastic and certainly contributed to our season last year. But when you have a great goalkeeper, that's the difference. You look at Courtois. I remember Schmeichel back in the day doing his starfish. When you have a great goalkeeper, it makes a big, big difference to the confidence of the defence, to the confidence of the team. A big save from a keeper can give your team a lift. And I think that save against Sunderland is one of those. Villa thought, we could have lost the game there. Well, let's go and win it. And I don't know much about Martinez's replacement, but they are big gloves to fill. Now, a year ago, I was pretty angry with Emi Martinez. Not necessarily because of the transfer thing, because I don't think we will ever really know what happened in that transfer saga. Did Villa say, we need to get your money off the books. If someone comes in, we'll sell you. And we've all been in a job where we think we're going to get a new job, and your head's already in the new job, isn't it? Or did Martinez throw his toys out the pram and say, I want to leave, I want to go to Man United? We'll never really know. And the club and Martinez, apart from being on the bus and saying, guess what? They're wrong. It's never really been explained. Maybe when Emi's book comes out in about 10 years. But I was annoyed with him. I was actually annoyed with him about the Man United game, charging out a goal and body checking Hoyland, was it? I saw that as the incident that cost us Champions League football, along with the referee. And Matty Cash's back pass wasn't that great. But Martinez never came out and released a statement after that to say, sorry, maybe I shouldn't have charged out a goal and got sent off in the last game of the season against Man United at Old Trafford. I messed up. And he never really released a statement after the Man United saga. So that's why I was annoyed with him. But aside from a few last-minute mystery injuries, he came back. And he was a massive, massive part of Aston Villa qualifying for the Champions League and Aston Villa winning the Europa League. And once again, he was pounding the turf at full time in Istanbul. And along with Tielemans, Rodgers, Digne, he will be sorely missed. And he will forever be an Aston Villa legend. And who knows, the whole thing could collapse and not even happen. But it does feel like this is the end of Emi at Villa. And maybe that's for the best. And as we always say, the only person we care about leaving really is Unai Emery. As long as we've got the man, the king, and if he's the one that's signing all this off and he's happy, then I'm happy. It's going to be quite the ride, isn't it? Anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. Let me know what you think. Oh, and if you like this kind of thing, maybe you could give me a like, a comment, a subscribe, all of those things. All right, have a good day. Up the Villa.